I took a poll when we were still doing our Instagram. I took a poll about Andrew Tate, right? And I believe it was, do you have a favorable opinion of him or an unfavorable opinion of him? And I think it was like 37% favorable, 63% unfavorable, something like that. But I just wanted to explain on least on my end what I feel about that. And I don't want to get in the allegations. I think the allegations are, we're going to let that play out. We'll let the courts play out. I know in Romania they've had some issues, and he might be going to the UK. So we're not lawyers here. We're just talk show hosts. So we'll let that play itself out. But as for is he good or bad? Again, I think he's a very where he tricks people is he's a very motivational speaker, right? And I would say that he has a way about him. He has a way with words. He doesn't say like Evan does. He doesn't you get what I but he's very
Doesn't say,
direct.
like Jake does.
Yes, he doesn't. Yeah, no, he doesn't have these fill-in words that we do. So he's a very good speaker. He's very published. For a kickboxer, you wouldn't expect that. But he's made it. He's made plenty of money. I like, it's funny. You always got to take one with a grain of salt when people say, "Well, they're just rich. They made it from when they owned it." So say if you have $1 million to start, but then you invested in something and you make a company like he has or a podcast and you turn it into something ginormous, that's not just luck. That's knowing the markets, that's knowing your audience. That's a businessman right there. And I know he's not, well, he was partly from America, but that's the American dream. That's just the economic dream right there. So you give credit to that. My problem is he talks about he calls the getting a job, going to college. He calls that the matrix. I'm sure you guys have heard about that, which I have some yeah, that's fine. But you have to have an outside the mind thinking box like Andrew Tate. And I know he said some stuff about women too in traditional roles. He's created his life. It's not something everybody follows. It's not something like some people are more suited to do that 9 to 5. So again, if you like them, that's fine. But now there's this pressure I think of against young people that I've heard to just be that outsider. And I don't know if everyone has that outsider in them. So I think, sometimes you got to watch those videos for entertainment. And then maybe, again, like I said, he's a motivational speaker. So maybe you can pick up some stuff. But Jake, any thoughts quick?
Yeah, I think that Andrew Tate, I think he might get a lot of hate for, what he does. And I think that some of it's warranted, some of it's, however, not. Um, he definitely has some problems here in Romania. I think that he's definitely said some things in the past that, people may not like him because of it. But I think, you know, you can't deny that Andrew Tate is a very successful man. He built his business from the ground up. And, that's something that all Americans need to be, um, you know, inspired for.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, hello.
Listen, if he's convicted, then we don't celebrate him anymore. We let that happen. But if he's not, hey, call him out on the bad things he says. If he says something too far about women, call him out. But just the constant hating kind of proves his point that he's very successful. So I understand. I heard in the UK, by the way, they're like saying they're trying to program young or not program, but like tell young guys like do not follow this guy's advice. That's just going to push them further and further away.